Alrighty, let's move on towards the game then. This will be playoffs day 1, match 1, game 1, first half of WBG versus Dole. It's going to be best of 5s right now with the first two bands of Prisoner and Coordinator here. Teams like Tien's going to be more or less looking forward for the Ivy pick. WBG, they have quite a lot of options here, especially against the Ivy. We decided to get the Rescuer first. Okay, Wilding is a really good throwaway, and of course Patient here, just to hook away from the Ostercon range against the Ivy right after Leech. For Tien right now, no more Rescuers ban is needed, as we do get Seer out of the way. But if it's Seer out of the way right now, the thing is, Seer isn't bad for either Ivy and Opera, and WBG here, Persica, choosing Embalmer is trying to go for the guaranteed tie here. Right now, we're just missing another good solo container. Do we want to get rid of Puppeteer here? Or maybe Aero? Well, Aeroplanes, if Aeroplanes comes out, you'll play Opera, right? So you won't ban Aero. You could potentially ban Puppeteer though, but then also at the same time, Puppeteer is not bad when it comes to Opera Singer too. But instead, it seems like we are going to decide on our Psychologist ban. So with the last pick, Patient Psycho comp will be gone out the window. We are missing one good container, or maybe assist. But if it's assist-wise, we might need Cheerleader to come out. No, we're going to come out with Barmaiding set, thinking that Tien will come out with the Ivy. He has been playing Ivy here quite a lot. We're just going to have to see whether it's going to be an Ivy or Opera. If it's Opera, Barmaid being a 2-story might not be too bad, but trying to loop inside that 2-story in not Sacred Hearts, in Moonlit is going to be a tiny bit hard here, especially if Tien decided to bring Warp to immediately Warp downstairs right after Barmaid vaults the window. If we see from the stats page here, decoding is a little bit below average, but the support and containment is above average. Meanwhile, rescue is below average. Only Wilding here can rescue. But right after Wilding finishes his rescue and gets hit, I don't think it'll be possible anymore. Persona-wise, let's aim for 2 flywheels and 1 Windows speed boost. You need the flywheel on Patient, you need the flywheel on Embalmer. Now, sometimes you could say, okay, maybe Embalmer with flywheel is fine too, especially on this map against Ivy, but Windows speed boost, preferably speaking, still, Windows speed boost would be nice. But I do think from the Survivor side, Ivy might be a little bit of a better option here when it comes to the fact that we need to go against the Opera, just in case. With the Survivor's Persona lock, Tien, we're going to come out with the Opera Stinger here. He said, okay, with Opera coming out, this is right after the nerfs of Opera has come out, which means Opera doesn't dash as fast even at max presence. The distance has been increased, but the dash speed is still just the same. If we're going to discuss strategy-wise, right now what should happen more or less is Wilding definitely needs to stay at Northbridge. Southbridge is going to be where Opera spawns, right? We definitely can't disagree that Southbridge is going to be where Opera spawns, but also at the same time, Patient might just become first chase here once again. It's like due to Warp Opera now, Patient has an even harder time in playing at 4th stop, the 4th platform. So like, we're just gonna have to see what Tien decides to do, as we do see the spawn location here on our screen. And Balmering 2-story, Barmaid at the entrance of 1st platform, meanwhile Patient at 4th platform, and of course Wilding there at the North Bridge. So for Tien right now, we're most likely going to spawn at Southbridge. Southbridge would be the best case scenario, but no, it's going to be Godkite here instead. If it's Godkite, I do think Embalmer has one chance and one chance only of rotating up towards 2-story area, drop the coffin and immediately vault them. He does have a chance in doing that. He does definitely have a chance in doing that, but for Opera Singer right now, it seems like what she wants to do is to get straight in towards 2-story and do as much assist as possible for her to catch up towards the Embalmer right now. The stadium absolutely looks fire, by the way. They've upped their budget a lot for the stadium, and it does fit the team. It does really fit the team, as our 2 coaches shake hands here once again. But we will have to see how early game goes. What matters here right now is, will WBG be able to contain early game or not? We're going to look for a bare minimum of 70 seconds here if it's abnormal. Ooh, we have quite a lot of confidence on the trump card detention pick, but this will be WBG versus Dole for playoffs. They will match 1 game 1's first half. It's going to be Barmaid here with Window and Flywheel, and of course, now then, the main game of, well, the main stage of this game will be Persica. Persica first chase here once again, but we are going to be able to rotate straight towards 2-story right here. We're not going to get on the no, we are going to get on the coaster as soon as we can right here. But for Tien right now, yes, he's only at presence 1. Therefore, it means that you can't really get a Terror Shock down on this Barmaid, even though you can catch up really fast. But with this on mind, Barmaid is still staying upstairs right now. We're trying to see where our where our Opera is going to come from. We're going to try to play a little bit of mind game right here. Didn't get anything right over the hit. No, still nothing just yet. We're still trying to play mind games. Persica not winning that one, which is a little bit unfortunate. But right now, there is 1 pallet speed boost left for her to play around in. We're going to drop the pallet down. Flywheel did not come true, and that's going to be a Terror Shock down there on WBG's Barmaid. Flywheel wasn't ready just yet. That's a really fast down, and right now it doesn't look like that it's the best right now, especially with the fact that Huang, who's the wildling Bridge Cypher Machine, will immediately be abnormal right here. That's not good at all for WBG. That's really not good for WBG, as Huanhe did get off the board a little bit way too early, and that will be another forced rescue here as well. It seems like we didn't really want to give that much presence, but also at the same time, this might not be the best case scenario, especially with the fact that Barmaid could have stayed on share for at least 20, 25 seconds longer. We're trying to play a little bit more mind game right here. If we can get a pallets, and it'll be beautiful. But that's only if we can. We do have 1 more Flywheel remaining right here. We're trying to see if we can. Flywheel, very nicely done, Persica. But can we get towards the other side? No, we can't. It's just too fast. It's just too fast. The moment you Flywheel, the Opera will definitely vault, well, Shadow Dance over towards the nearest remnant that she's been left behind. But right now, Ever since Wilding Cypher Machine has been abnormal, it seems like Wilding wants to come in here. We see Wilding going straight towards second stop. Meanwhile, Embalmer also at the same time is trying to run away from here as fast as we can. But with the Wilding coming in, we might have to sell here. There's no point in rescuing this Barmaid anymore. It wasn't the best containment here, but this was her first playoffs Wildling. It seems like we do have some plans to a certain extent, but if Wildling gets chased here, might not be the best case scenario. Huanhe wants to become the main target here, but we get a 4-man elimination game 1 against Tien's Opera. This might be just a little bit hard. We're going to be able to dash straight towards us. We got off board, and that's an immediate hit down. Well, while in there having the coffin, though, we definitely could have self-resurrect ourselves. Just to continue the decoding speed from the survivor side. Embalmer does still have that Titan on his hands, but if Embalmer becomes the next chase, that might just be a little bit more different. We do see where the coffin is right now, as Embalmer is currently walking to hide his footprints in Godkite. But the real question is, how long can we hide is another thing to keep in mind for WBG. Seems like Tien's going to change targets here immediately, trying to go upstairs right now, looking for the Wilding, but Wilding who just got on board right on time. We got the hit. We're going to vault over here, and with a Shadow Dance down, it is quite a bit of an open area here, especially with the fact that you have 6 seconds remaining until Shadow Leap is ready. Embalmer, someone who does have Tie Turner. But if you chase after Embalmer, the moment Embalmer gets rescued next time, he will have a coffin for himself, so at least that's pretty much good news for Embalmer. We are missing 2 full Cypher Machines. On the 2 full Cypher Machines here, one will be fully healed before we continue any further decoding progress. We do manage to get the vault over there as well. That was a slow vault from the Embalmer, and of course from Embalmer here, Palace speed boost didn't come true because it was on cooldown. We did get the hit speed boost there though, but does it seem like it will be enough? Oh no, it will be enough because Tien got stuck there just a little bit. Right now we're trying to get towards, we didn't have a Shadow Strike there. We're trying to play mind game, didn't get anything. Okay, nicely done by the Embalmer. But Embalmer is kiting without any items here, and I think we've allowed him to contain for a little bit longer than expected. Nice Palace speed boost out of the area, but it seems like Embalmer will be going down anyways, as Patient is just about to finish the Bridge Cipher Machine. Our Bridge Cipher Machine is about to be done right here, as Wilding's going to slowly make his way in towards the chair. Preferably speaking here, if we can give Tinnitus, that would be for the best, but we will have to crouch as we are still missing one last Cipher Machine. This can still become a one-man escape here from WBG Survivors, who he's trying his best right now just to speed up the decoding progress as much as we can. But for Wilding right now, we can't get on board for two big reasons. It's because of the fact that if we get on board, it'll be a double down situation. That's going to be charge attack hit, normal rescue. It gives Wally more than enough time to get out, and it gives Embalmer the time here as well to drop in a coffin and not be cheered immediately. Embalmer seems like he will be stopped here by the Opera without any flywheel there except for Titan. Sadly, that Titan will be fully nullified, and with the coffin drop down, it's good that he dropped down the coffin to self-resurrect himself, which means Wildling and Patient can now decode together. But if that is the case as well, the only issue here would be how much can we decode before Opera here decides to immediately change targets. We did get rid of the two pallets here. Meanwhile, Lon just wants to get in between that pallet right. If we can get in between, maybe it'll be a little bit. It didn't. We need one survivor to go straight towards the gate. No. This is what we do. We pick up. We pop. WBG, all they need to do is to assign one survivor towards fourth stop gauge and another survivor at first stop gauge, and they can still at least guarantee this one-man escape. As long as it's not a 4-man elimination, that's all what it matters. As the teleportation comes through here as well, Juan going straight towards first stop gate, first platform gate right now. That's what they need. WBG knows what they need. They somehow bought more than enough time here for the last Cipher Machine to be done. And with Wilding being spotted out here as well, Patient's also on his way towards the 4 platform gate. Wilding being able to get on board here as well. Yes, it's only a 20-second board, but 20 seconds is going to be more than enough here, especially with the fact that it only takes 18 seconds to open the gate, and Tien will have to take a really long time here to get towards the other side of the map and to chair this Wilding. If you leave this Wilding go, this Wilding will self-heal up on time, and it seems like for Tien right now, there's nothing left he can do. This will be a one-man escape here from WBG Survivor side. Okay, that's not too bad. It gives Alekas quite a lot of leeway here to play Opera as well for game 1 second half. Let's move on towards the next plan picks. Okay, second half of WBG versus Do. Alex will be coming out. Well, Alex is the only hunter as we do decide to ban Prisoner and Antiquarian. First 2 bans, okay, from Alex's side. It seems like for our Survivor side here as well from Do, it's going to be Whiting first pick here again. Very similar to Japan style with the Whiting first pick. Well, not Whiting, but they did choose forward first with a throwaway, and of course Gardner here in towards the perma bans. Novelist will then be banned next. But if Novelist is banned, that means we really are going to play Opera Singer here. Tanzai, what's best for the Survivor right now is another good decent support. Coordinator will not be a bad pick here. Coordinator will not be a bad pick here, but if we do decide to go here, that's also Daijobu, which means that we typically want to go for a really tanky team here. According to the last ban, Alex knows himself as well, because if he doesn't ban the Cordy, they're just going to get a free gun harass and to prolong the kite even more. And so what will happen now? I think Patient or Acrob. Patient will definitely be chosen here. Patient or Cheerleader. They've only 2 choices here. It's either Patient or Cheerleader. Cheerleader could be better, especially when it comes to wanting sport time as well, but Patience guarantees solo containment, especially with Sears Owl support as well. Coming out with the Aeroplanist is a little bit unexpected, but what they're most likely planning to do here is to utilize the 4 platform here and to force Puppeteer to actually jetpack himself off the 4 platform near the rails. That has been recently found by the JP, well, it has been found by the JP players last year, and it seems like that's what Do is kind of aiming for here. With the Survivors team comp summary, here we go. Decoding is average, support is above average, and then containment here is basically exceptionally high from those Survivor side. Meanwhile, rescue is average too because of the Sears Owl, because of Wilding, and you know, you do have that aeroplanist there as well. So for Alex right now, whoever you chase after here is all going to be really hard. You have a hover to cancel your skill, you have a Sears Owl to tank the hit, you have a Gardener who takes an extra hit, and of course the Wiling just means that you can't prevent any more rescues there as well. If we're gonna go with spawn location here too, the thing is, right, there's a lot of things here to take into consideration. It's also this area selection mode here, because like aeroplanes will definitely be a 4-star, but who's going to be a 2-story? Will we spawn at Godkite here as well, or will we not? Right. And now then, it's going to be Alexis's time to choose. Yes, it's going to be Opera. Well, I mean, with the anti-current pick, it kind of is obvious I will be an Opera. Yeah, with the anti-current band there, it kind of was obvious it's going to be an Opera here. But as we have known as well with Alex's Opera, he has taken a break from utilizing Opera during the last few weeks of the group stages, I guess, top 10 stages. But right now during playoffs, he definitely should have more than enough time here to rest his hands and his wrist as well. But with this area selection when we go, it seems like 4-stop will be given to Wily. Meanwhile, Alex is spawning by Godkite too. It's going to be very similar here to Tian's last matchup, but instead it will work better for our Opera Singer here with Constrained as well, locking Seer Cypher Machine at 10th. So with that spawn in mind, Seer might have to rotate towards Bridge to decoding, which is actually not a bad thing, but early game decoding progress will be a little bit slower than we would have expected, let's just say. And of course, with the two coaches here shaking hands, we will move on straight towards whatever you want to go to. But anyways, I see here, it will be Trump attention alongside with Blink from Alex's side. Meanwhile, the survivors, we're going to be able to see Gardener here with a Tide Turner alongside with Wildling Seer without Borrow Time, Flywheel, and Knee Jerk Reflex. And of course, the Aeroplane is here, Knee Jerk Reflex as well. Let's move on, and this will be playoffs, day 1, match 1, game 1, second half of WBG versus Dole. Righty, Alex, who are we going to go for here first? We are going to see Tonzai nearby, who's going to immediately start crouching, but it seems like we did see the bubble here as well, so that's going to be a really early hit. But even with such an early hit, you could just catch up immediately because it's 2-story here we're talking about, so that's 2 hits immediately registered on towards this Gardener. And of course, without any Windows speed boost here, it seems like Alex did realize here as well. We didn't expect that Gardener will become first chase here, and especially with 2 very good early first hits. It's really bad for those, but we did miss the shadow leap there though. We do have a Shadow Dance back. Okay, that's fine. But it seems like right now Gardener will be able to survive just for a tiny bit longer as we do decide to break the pallet here too. Now we did leave some remnants right behind the pallet, so there's no way that Gardener will come through even for the for YOLO, but right now we're still just gonna catch up slowly on Gardener, waiting for the Owl to dissipate, as this is quite a tally pallet here to play around. But can we rotate towards Godkite pallet? That's only 1 pallet that remains, but it doesn't seem like it'll be enough right now as Gardener deciding to go straight towards the corner. There's nothing left she can do, but she did buy a lot of time there, especially with the Owl. With this Cypher Machine decoding progress, yes, there is no abnormal, there is a blink, but in exchange for that, Gardener has no chance of rebound kiting at all. Yes, you can get Wildling to come in and rescue once, but after that, it will be the same as last game as well. Sunlight is going to be the first one to finish off his Cypher Machine because this is an aeroplane. It's once again that we're talking about. Nan, on the other hand, might just be found here immediately. Yes, Sunlight has been lost. We're going to get rid of the pallet here. Last pallet at Godkite. And with the last pallet of Godkite, AI Sensei here, very favorable towards Alex. 36% here on average. And of course, 3-man elimination is 24.3%. They basically a win game here for Alex is 71%. It's really high right now. And the moment that this goes after half, I feel like Alex will try go upstairs or leave some remnants below first. and then see how it goes, especially with the fact that, you know, like Wyling's currently upstairs. Oh, Wyling, good day to you. They're coming down here a little bit earlier than we expected, but with a push in here just to get towards the chair. Alex knows that he cannot hit right here, so he had to wait for Wyling to go down. Okay then, so for Gardner here, we're going to go after Wyling first. Wyling, that's going to be hit right over the pallet. And for Gardner right now, you do have Tide Turner, but Tide Turner will still be activated for the next 12 seconds. 12 seconds is not going to be enough for you, even if you do get bubble up right here. It's only 5 seconds, so Alex doesn't really care right now, so we're going to deploy as much remnants there as possible. We do have Blink. We did block the way, and Blink will not be consumed. It is currently 3.5 Cypher Machine decoded by the survivors, and of course you do see Tunzai healing up Nan, but even with those two healing up right now, yes, Blink is still ready. Yes, Strongguard is still ready, but Alex just can't teleport yet because we don't know where they all are. Now, someone went in the basement, alright, so there's no point in trying to find anyone here anymore, but we do know where Wyling is. Do we want to Shadow Dance back? Do we want to Shadow Dance back? Do we want to? We don't. So, okay, we're going to go for Wyling here instead, who basically does have the boar ready. But we're not going to go on until we're very sure that we want to chase after the Wyling. Wyling vaulted over. That's going to be a very good first hit. Second hit here will depend. We decide to open a normal cipher here as well. Second hit didn't register, knowing that Wyling will not be putting a pallet down because he is on Mudo. That's going to be a hit. Hey, that didn't hit down, but now it will be a hit down. Do we have Blink? No, we don't even need to use Blink, and that's going to be me to hit down here on the Wyling. Silvers, as the Seer right now, you have flywheel and window speed, because even if you do come to rescue, can you body block to allow Wyling to get on chair on time? Not chair, on the boar on time, or will you just be found immediately and to get teleported back down on towards this chair, and it will result as a little blend situation. Alex has a huge chance of winning right now. We do have Tinnitus. We're going to go out to see where they are coming from, but it seems like for Alex right now, we're not going to be able to see where this here is. We're a little bit too afraid to get out of this area right now. I see will be able to reveal himself right here a little bit early, a little bit too early, but that's a very good flywheel here. We did not get the hit over the palace. Can we Shadow Strike, or will we teleport? We will Shadow Dance back here instead. And it seems like for Seer, that will be a rescue and a beautiful body block as well. There's no point in chasing after Wyling here anymore, Alex, so you can go after this here right now. Seer, one last pallet, but it seems like that pallet here, we walked in front of it as well. And of course, with that in mind, Wyling still having a chance on the boar. Meanwhile, Aeroplanus has to be the one that Aeroplanus could rescue. Meanwhile, Wyling makes his way over for two big reasons. But it seems like right now we do want Wyling to rescue inside because he has borrowed time. But he will be found here immediately. He will be found here. We Blake, Alex, go, okay, and that will be a down. As Wyling here though goes down, we do know where the Aeroplanus is. 3-man elimination is what is necessary here for our hunter, for WBG. They needed a 3-man, but they definitely could go for a 4, especially with this failed rescue. The double down, another failed rescue is what it took for Alex here to get a 4-man elimination. But if he didn't get done any of that, definitely would have been a guaranteed tie here for those survivors. It's a little bit unfortunate, but with Sunza hiding here, there's only so much time he can buy. We definitely saw through the skin. We didn't get a hold over a pallet, but that's okay. That's okay. We'll just take our time breaking the pallets here in a second, because there's not much left here for you to play around. There's no more comfortable pallets for you to use, and Tunzai will get a normal hit as Wyling is going to go towards another Cypher Machine. The thing here is, I feel like Tunzai has to use this item soon. Oi! Jetpack hover was used there, but it doesn't seem like it was enough. Meanwhile, Wyling still decoding. We're waiting for teleport to be ready. That's what we're doing. We're waiting for teleport to be ready. That's what we are doing right now. But for Alex, he knows that he does not have to chair. Well, he will chair just to guarantee the 3-man elimination for now. He'll go out to see where the Wyling is. But if Wyling can make his way towards the dungeon, it will be for the best, especially with the fact that he does have a boar here to ride as well. But it seems like he will be found here immediately. 60 seconds. Can we contain that long? I don't think it's possible, as the boar there glitched out. That's an ultimate betrayal there for the Wyling, as we do get the first hit. Second hit will not come through because of the Shadow of the Leap. Miss Dash, we're gonna be Shadow Dancing back. Didn't really reset the Shadow Leap, but that's okay. We'll just break the pallet and wait for Boar to go. Boar is going to be tired. Boar is exhausted. He's been doing too much. And right now, that's a hit over the pallet and a 4-man elimination for WBG Alex.